Hello everyone, my name is Griffin and we are back with another reaction video. We are reacting to another one of Isaac Butterfield's video. This one is called The Worst Anti-White TikToks. Ay. This racist shit is just so fucking stupid. But let's see what there is.
In today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at the seedy underbelly of something that a lot of people scoff at. A lot of people, when you even bring this up, will look at you like you are a crazy racist. And I am just really off that. I hate the idea that people think that this doesn't exist, or they think that it's okay. I'm talking about anti-white content, sentiment, conversations, anything like that. It is my honest opinion that no one should be judged because of the color of their skin, and I think that's not an outrageous thing to say, but apparently it is. You can say whatever you want about white people because some white people have done bad things in the past. Well, guess what, mate? Every single color, every single ethnicity, every single background, everyone has people in their past, generations before, or maybe one generation ago, that has done horrible shit. We're all guilty of being human. But on the internet, on TikTok particularly, you can be horrible, you can be mean, you can be racist towards white people, and no one cares. Let's take a look, shall we?
All right, y'all have been waiting for this one. Ways that white male privilege exists, because I've experienced it. Part 2.
Okay, let me guess. This is a transgender person. Yeah, used to be a female, now is a male, and they know exactly what it's like to be a man. So let's find out, hey?
Ways that white male privilege exists, because I've experienced it. Part 2. When I'm in a really crappy mood, I can be sure that nobody's ever going to blame it on my period, when they definitely did before.
Have you ever noticed that women who get their period are in pain, cramps, tired, bloated, usually are pretty shitty? Like, is that not okay to say, hey, like, you know, if you've got your period, you're pretty angry? Doesn't that make sense? That makes complete sense. If I was bloated and fat and gross and bleeding from the ass, I'd have the shits too.
When I'm driving around and I'm speeding and I'm being really reckless,
you're a fucking hectic, aren't you?
I'm cool and hip, when before I was just like a bad girl driver.
Sorry, if you drive like that, you're a fucking idiot. Man or woman, you're just an idiot.
Okay.
I can wear literally anything I want, and if anything happens to me, no one's gonna blame what happened on my clothes.
Okay, you shouldn't blame someone's clothes for something horrible happening to them. You should be able to wear whatever you want. But the reality of the situation is you probably can't, because you know who you can't talk into not being a piece of shit? A horrible piece of shit rapist. They're just not listening. They're just not taking advice at the moment.
When I become a dad...
Yeah, the thing is, it's not your fault for what you're wearing, but you do also have to keep in mind of the type of situation you're in, where you're going to, and all this sort of stuff. You have to take in consideration where you're going to be when you're with what you're wearing. It's not your fault of what you're wearing. It's just you also do have to be careful of what you wear, because not everybody's going to be a good person. And there are some people who are going to think, hey, this person is wearing the least amount of clothes and they're being that way because they want something. There are people who think like that. So you do have to be careful of what you wear and where you are with what you're wearing.
I'm going to be praised for being sensitive and caring to my children when my wife is going to be expected to be there for them 24/7.
Okay, I don't think that you as the woman should be there 24/7 to be the nurturing person. In a perfect relationship, you should both take it 50-50. But sometimes a lot of men can't provide what the woman can, and a lot of women can't provide what the man can. That's just why having both is such a great combo. But you know, that's not in everyone's wheelhouse. Not everyone can have a mum and a dad. But in a perfect world, you would. And you would have the great loving and caring nature from the mother, and the rough housing and the protection from the dad. And thankfully, in the modern era, a lot of dads can do the loving and caring and nurturing as well. Take, for example, my family. My son is 10 months old, and my wife and I, share all responsibility with him 50-50. A lot of the time we play with him and hang out with him together, and it's wonderful and we love it. And It's just a fact that there are some things that she's better at, and there's some things that I'm better at, and together, it's an awesome combination for a great childhood. Also, did you say you're going to be a dad? Good luck.
This one's so simple and so major. My literal, products that I use, like my deodorant and my shampoo and my lotion is literally, it's cheaper. It's cheaper. And I make more money than women. That's so messed up.
Yeah.
Okay. Men, on average, do make more money than women, but it's because of the choices that each sex makes. It's not because you're a woman. It's not because you're a man. It's because of the choices you make.
Okay, some female products are more expensive than the male products. Well, don't buy them. Don't buy them, and then the people who produce those products will have to drop their prices. But you do buy them, don't you? So shut the fuck up. And as for you getting paid less since you have become a man, I guarantee that doesn't happen.
White men have had every privilege and every luxury afforded to them.
Every white man? Every single white man has had every privilege and luxury afforded to him. Even the homeless ones. Okay. All right.
To them, strictly based on what skin color they were born with. And somehow that's still not enough for you guys. Because you guys have been looking for some type of scapegoat since the beginning of time.
You know what's crazy? The amount of men that kill themselves, it's quite strange to think that we still do that even though we are afforded every single luxury and privilege. Obviously, we're just really hard to please.
To explain why you've had every luxury afforded to you.
Okay, there are some people who have every luxury afforded to them, but that is both men and women, despite the color of their skin. The color of your skin does not determine your luxury in life. It doesn't. It doesn't work like that. Now, there are some people who, discriminate on the color of your skin, and they're fucking idiots. But the color of your skin does not determine the kind of life you have. It is the choices you make.
And yet you still manage to turn out like complete Garbage Patch Kids. I really cannot understand what it is about you guys that makes you so obsessed with wanting to be oppressed.
Who the fuck wants to be oppressed? You fucking Karen in training? Who wants to be oppressed?
It's almost like you guys just really hate accountability.
This coming from a woman. There are a lot of women and men who don't like to take accountability because they're fucking idiots. It's not just one sex. It's both. And it's not just one skin color. It's all of them. If you're a shitty human being, you're a shitty human being, despite the color of your skin, creed, religion, or sex.
We don't like, and I'll say this for all white men, we don't like being held accountable for things that we didn't do.
Exactly.
Right?
It's almost like when it's required of you guys to be good, ethical, integrity-filled human beings, you get upset.
Who gets upset at that? I would get upset if you said that, hey, men are doing horrible things. Men are bad people. Well, no, some are. Some are okay. Some are great. Just like every other sex and ethnicity and all that shit. And it's this shit attitude that gets under people's white skin. Ugh. It is. It annoys the fuck out of people because there's nothing worse than being scolded or looked down upon because of something you didn't do.
You can go crybaby on somebody else's page because I don't have time to stroke your superiority complex.
I bet you've got heaps of time. That's just my opinion.
In a word from the wise, your fragility is showing.
Wow.
Yeah. Your stupidity is showing too there, young lady.
I learned a new word. This is Jerica Speaks. She's a freelance writer, a truth speaker. You know if someone's got truth...
Anybody had that as truth speaker in their fucking thing is not a truth speaker. They're a fucking dumbass.
Speaker in their bio. They're usually a fucking idiot. Activism, love heart, chaos coordinator. Let's have a look at her link tree. What's she up to? Book with me. What the fuck are we booking? Truth.org, abortion fund? Just pay for it yourself. Oh, well, fuck her.
The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white. The Solicitor General...
Just quickly, this is the Prime Minister of Scotland, Humza Yousaf. Yeah, this dude is going through and announcing the ethnicities of people who are in power. Just replace white with any other colour and people would be outraged.
The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white.
But they're not.
White. The Chief Constable, white. Every Deputy Chief Constable, white. Every Assistant Chief Constable, white.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of white people, but if you go to the population data for Scotland for 2020 and 21, 95.4% of the Scottish population report their ethnicity as white. So it would make sense that 95% of the people in the government would probably also be white.
The head of the Law Society, white.
He's still...
Yeah, see, if the majority, like a high majority of your population is one color, then yeah, probably almost every position of power is going to be that one color because that's the high majority of the population. You ever think of that, you fucking dumbass?
The head of the Faculty of Advocates, white. Every prison governor, white. And not just justice. The Chief Medical Officer, white. The Chief Nursing Officer, white.
Does he go the whole way, this whole
Chief
40-second video?
White.
Oh my
the
God.
Chief Social Work Advisor, white.
I tell you what, that doesn't surprise me with Humza. He is not a good dude. He is a very anti-free speech, anti-freedom politician. Not a good guy, but you can make a whole video about him, and I have made videos about him and his government, so go and check those out. But that whole attitude is shit, mate. What does someone's colour of their skin have to do with their ability to govern? Fuck all.
Okay, so maybe you've seen this tweet about a new anti-white exhibit at the Vancouver Art Gallery. The exhibit is actually so much worse than this tweet, and I know because...
Okay, let's have a look at the tweet. This is from N Wokeness. Great Twitter page. Vancouver Art Gallery has a new anti-white exhibit, Conceptions of White. The exhibit tells white people to stop talking, enjoy discomfort, check their privilege, and vocalise their ignorance. Okay? The gallery received $29 million last year from the Canadian government. No wonder a few weeks ago when the UFC was in Canada, this chant was going around the arena. Yeah, I agree with them. Fuck Justin Trudeau. But let's hear why this is worse than what we've read on the tweet.
Predictably, it tells you to check your privilege.
If anyone tells you to check their privilege, tell them to fucking suck a fat one.
It puts a halo that says undesirable.
Check your privilege. What privilege? There is no one sex, race, religion, creed, whatever, that has it better over every single other one. Every single one of them has their own struggles. Fuck off. Just try to be a good person. And don't focus on a singular thing. If you want to criticize somebody on something, criticize them on the content of their character. That is the only thing a person should ever be judged on, is the content of their character. Nothing else. The color of their skin doesn't determine the type of person they are. Their religion doesn't determine the type of person they are. Their sex doesn't determine the type of person they are. None of that determines who you are. The decisions you make and the content of your character decides what kind of person you are.
Deserving over your head. Stop talking, puts a mute button over your mouth. But then it gets downright schizophrenic. There's this exhibit display where it argues that because Roman and Greek sculptures had fluffy curly hair, they were not white. You are then afforded the opportunity to use the Aryan recognition tool and compare your facial measurements.
I actually do this before people come into my comedy show. I make sure they take the Aryan tool, and if they are close to being 100% Aryan, obviously they can come in. And if they're not, end of the line. And on that, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you sign up for tickets right now because I'm doing a tour all over the world. I'd love to see you there, isaacbutterfield.com. Yeah.
With the facial measurements of the leaders of the Third Reich.
But why are they doing that? Like, you're not every white person is a German.
This incomplete timeline of the
Despite what people think, this is actually... this is being kind of racist. Don't you think? And to those who think you can't be racist towards white people, I highly suggest you look up the definition of racism.
circumstances that influence the emergence and evolution of white racial identity, tells white people that their identity is all about slavery, the KKK, colonialism, etc. The last item on it is the January 6th insurrection.
That is such a strange... Who is getting paid? What was it? $29 million to do this. That's my issue with taxes, right? With governments. Is the fucking dead shits who are in control of where the money goes.
Yeah, I swear to God, a lot of the governments are funding shit that is completely fucking useless and doesn't help society as a whole, you know, get better. Like this, you could have sent that $29 million into something that would have been more useful for society. But you funded this stupid ass shit, which doesn't do anything for society at all, except for pit itself against each other. How about you as the government do what your job is and help the citizens, you know, have a better life?
Absolutely does my head in. I think a lot of people would be fine with paying more tax even if you could see exactly where it went and it went to the places that needed it. But it never does. It never fucking does.
Controversial opinion, but if you have a token white and you're hanging out
Token white, okay.
with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend.
That sounds a bit racist.
Like, don't...
I don't need to ask permission for anything. If the people I'm hanging out with who are of different color than me say that I have to ask them permission to invite somebody who is of the same color as me, they are no longer my friend group. That is called being racist. I have no time for people like that.
Don't just bring them.
Yeah.
Ask
Don't bring a whitey.
for explicit permission from everyone. Because just because you're comfortable with them doesn't mean that everybody's comfortable with them.
Replace white with any color and you have a complete racist. But here, it's absolutely fine to say that. In fact, 2,000 people pressed like on that video. Fucking mad.
In the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person.
Fuck you, lady. I think we need to start saying that more. Fuck you. Oh my God. Fuck white people. You know what? All I think about this is that right there. That's a lot of material. That
is a waste of fucking money. That's all I can see is a waste of fucking money.
a big size. That's not sustainable. All right. And isn't this a white person? The fuck are you doing? Does any of the content in this video actually surprise anyone? Like, look at this, a real article written by The Telegraph in the UK. Wanting to hire fewer white men for a job is not discrimination. A tribunal has ruled. Replace the color. And what do you get?
Welcome to the American Society of Magical...
I don't think I can have that word in this video. The American Society of Magical... An official trailer. Only in theaters March 15th.
Is that an actual thing? Please tell me this is a satire movie.
I know you can feel their discomfort, Aaron. Watching you walk through a room full of white people was the most painful thing I've ever seen.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I don't want to take you to a job interview.
What? I don't know.
Please tell me that's a
what to even
joke.
say about this. So this is an actual movie that's being funded that I imagine is just one big long movie about how painful it is to have white people in the world.
Welcome to the American Society of Magical...
Can't have that word in this video.
What's the most dangerous animal on the planet?
Shark.
White people,
That's kind.
when they feel uncomfortable.
Oh.
That's why we fight white discomfort every day.
White tears.
Because the happier they are, the safer we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've skipped the last like 2 minutes of this trailer, or minute and a half of this trailer. The start of it was just anti-white shit, and now it's a love story. Like a normal movie. Like we've just ignored the fact that the whole setup is white people bad, and now we're just into the movie.
To make white people feel comfortable, and here it literally is.
But
Maybe
very funny.
it shouldn't be.
I got a great plan to ask her out, but
And I have no problem
Who greenlit this?
with jokes about white people. Like, make the jokes. But I feel like it's not just jokes, it's like a real feeling, like a real anger.
do you think you could like work your magic?
Hey, are you talking about me?
Hey.
Oh my God. Wait, are you?
So it's just a normal movie now.
I'm curious to see how you gonna make it out of all this.
What the fuck is that? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what to say about that, but what I do have to say is this. Be a good motherfucker, peace in the Middle East, me dick stings. See you in the next video. Tout au revoir. Bye-bye. Ladies and...
I don't know who greenlit that movie, but whatever. Enjoy it, I guess. But that was the worst anti-white TikToks. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm scared to know what you people think about this. If there are any other videos you'd like to see me react to, please make sure to comment them down below or over on my Discord page. I do have a channel over on Twitch that I stream to Fridays through Sundays. Please make sure to go check me out over on there. Links to everything is in the description below. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.